Hello students, today we will discuss about the digestive system and excretory system of Penaeus. Penaeus is a genus of prawn which is coming under the class crustacean. It is having a worldwide distribution. There are different species coming under this genus Penaeus, and some of them which represents the Indian waters are Penaeus monodon, Penaeus penicillatus, Penaeus indicus, etc. Most of them are marine, but there are also freshwater and brackish water forms. It is considered as one of the most edible aquatic organisms. Now, this is a general morphology of the Penaeus showing the cephalothorax, abdomen, and its appendages. Now, we look at the digestive system. The digestive system of the Penaeus consists of two parts, alimentary canal and digestive glands. Alimentary canal is a long tube which extends from mouth to anus, and it is divided into three regions called as stomodium, mesenteron, and proctodium. Stomodium is the anteriormost region which is provided with a lining of chitin. It is containing mouth, buccal cavity, esophagus, and the stomach. The mouth is located in the ventral side of the cephalothorax, which is situated between the mandibles. And this mouth leads to short buccal cavity. The buccal cavity and the stomach are connected by a small vertical tube called as esophagus. The stomach is further divided into two parts, an anterior larger cardiac stomach and a posterior smaller pyloric stomach. Both these portions are lined with the chitin, and the anterior larger cardiac stomach contains several setae or spicule in the inner ventral folds. And also in the inner dorsolateral folds, there are stout-like denticles which act as a gastric armature or gastric mill for grinding the food. And this is also continuing into a narrow cavity which is called as a pyloric stomach. So the pyloric stomach encloses a narrow cavity. Now, the chitinous lining in the pyloric stomach forms one median dorsal, one median ventral, and two lateral lappets or valvulae which extends into the mesenteron. Mesenteron is the middlemost portion of the alimentary canal. The pyloric stomach continues as the mesenteron. It is not lined with the chitin, but it is provided with pair of openings through which the secretions from the hepatopancreas or the digestive gland reaches. This mesenteron is followed by the posterior portion of the alimentary canal called as the proctodium. It is also having two parts called as the hindgut or rectum and the anus, which is excretory in function, and also this anus is found ventrally in the telson. Now this is the digestive system diagram, and you can see it starts from the mouth, the buccal cavity is there, then esophagus and the stomach. Stomach is divided into two, a larger cardiac stomach and a smaller pyloric stomach, which continues as a mesenteron, which is the middle part, and ends in the proctodium part, which is consisting of hindgut or rectum and the anus. Now about the digestive gland, the Penaeus contains a large hepatopancreas or liver. It is situated in the cephalothoracic region, and the secretions of this hepatopancreas reaches the mesenteron by a pair of openings. And about the food and feeding of the Penaeus, it feeds on small marine algae, small insects and other vegetation. The chelate legs in the abdomen portion, they catches this food and it passes on to the mouth portion, and during the passing the food is broken down into small pieces. The maxillae and maxillipedes, these are the appendages in the cephalothorax, are responsible for swallowing the food. So this is about the digestive process and digestive system of the Penaeus. Now we look at the excretory system. Excretory system is the system which removes the nitrogenous waste from the body of Penaeus. There are two methods of excretion. First one is by antennal glands and second one is by exoskeleton. Antennal glands are also called as green glands, which are existing in pairs. It is responsible for eliminating majority of the nitrogenous waste from the body of the Penaeus. It is situated in the proximal coxa segment of the antenna, and it encloses three regions: an end sac, a tubular portion, a coiled tubular portion, and a bladder. End sac is blind, tubular portion is coiled portion, and it is also having an extension region, and it is followed by the third portion which is called as a bladder. The end sac is again blind, and the coiled tube, they are derivatives of the mesoderm, and the cavity is part of the coelom. The bladder is opening into the exterior by means of excretory pores. That means the bladder opens to the excretory pores through which the nitrogenous waste are being removed. So that's about the excretory system which is done by the antennal glands. Now the second method by which the nitrogenous waste are removed is by the exoskeleton. Exoskeleton is actually the covering which is found all around the body of the Penaeus, which is having several functions like protective function, then holding the appendages, locomotion, respiratory function, etc. Along with that, it also performs the process of excretion. So what happens during excretion through exoskeleton is that the nitrogenous waste are being deposited onto the exoskeleton, and during the molting process, this exoskeleton is shedded. Molting is a common character of the arthropods in which they shed their exoskeleton timely. And during the shedding, they remove all the exoskeleton and a new exoskeleton will grow around their body. And the molting process, the nitrogenous waste are being deposited to this exoskeleton, and when it is removed during molting, the nitrogenous waste are also eliminated. So this is about the excretory system of the Penaeus. Now summarizing these two topics, this is a structure of the excretory system containing a end sac, excretory canal, which is a tubular structure. Also, it is glandular, and the bladder portion to which the nitrogenous waste are excreted into the exterior. Now, summarizing this topic, the digestive system of the Penaeus consists of somodium, mesenteron, and proctodium. It is responsible for grinding the food, swallowing the food, and the digestion process. Excretory system is responsible for removing the nitrogenous waste, which is done by antennal glands, which performs the majority of the activity, and a minor portion of nitrogenous waste are being removed by the exoskeleton. That's all about the two topics. Thank you.